Hi, hello everyone. How are you? I am Varnika. And can you just tell us what you guys are excited about today, what you're looking forward to this session? Meanwhile, our facilitator is joining us. I would love to read your comments and engage with you guys. A very warm welcome to all our educators joining us today. On behalf of CENTA, we are delighted to have you with us for another insightful session in our ongoing CENTA webinar series for teachers, a space where passionate educators come together to learn, reflect, and grow professionally. Your presence and participation continue to inspire us as we grow stronger, more empowered teacher community. Now, coming to today's topic, in today's rapidly evolving educational landscape, excellence in teaching extends far beyond subject expertise. Educators are expected to be lifelong learners, compassionate mentors, innovative practitioners, and inspiring leaders who positively influence every learner they encounter. Today's session introduces the Teacher Excellence 360-degree framework, a holistic approach to professional growth that empowers you as a teacher to develop the knowledge, the character, skills, and leadership needed to thrive in a classroom of today and tomorrow. By the end of this webinar, you will discover how continuous professional development, reflective practices, and growth mindset contribute to sustained excellence. You'll walk away with practical strategies to build your own personalized professional growth journey while maintaining passion, resilience, and a stronger sense of purpose. And to guide us through this critical conversation, we have our facilitator who perfectly combines academic expertise, leadership excellence, and institutional transformation. It is my pleasure to introduce today's facilitator, Sri Nidhi PK. A very warm welcome to Centox, ma'am.
Hello.
Srinidhi, hello, hi ma'am. Srinidhi is an accomplished education leader and principal of SKS Academy and Eve World School, bringing with her over 14 years of rich experience in academic leadership, curriculum development, teacher mentoring, and school administration. She has successfully led academic transformation initiative across CBSE, ICSE, and international school environment, and is a recognized expert in implementing innovative pedagogies and driving institutional excellence. As a champion for student centered learning and empowering fellow educators, her notable achievements include leading curriculum innovation, implementing NEP 2020 aligned practices, and being honored with the prestigious Best Principal of the Year 2024 award. With a strong academic foundation in computer science and education, she continues to advocate for academic excellence, leadership development, and holistic student growth. Ms. Srinidhi, we are truly honored to have you with us today to help us expand our professional horizons. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Varnika, for that wonderful profile reading. And yes, Senta, it's one more session with you all. I'm extremely excited today to facilitate you all with such a great topic for the day, Teacher Excellence 360 degrees, right? So I hope you must have attended a previous session of mine wherein I would have spoken to you about multiple things, more content oriented, pedagogy oriented, teaching learning methods oriented, assessment oriented. But then somewhere with the growing vision, I somewhere felt that teacher excellence as a whole aspect has become one of the most crucial thing in this VUCA world, which we call it as ever-changing world. So today I'm here with you all, as usual, a Thursday evening, wonderful time. It is raining outside. The weather is very pleasant, and hence I hope all my audience are also fully charged, energetic to attend the session today. I promise you that it's never going to be a learning. The next 1 hour is going to be completely power packed. We will be looking in depth about what is teacher excellence in a 360-degree angle. That is, how to become an excellent teacher and an all-rounder in a complete circle is something that we are going to look today. And I'm going to take you through a wonderful framework that is called as cash framework. Let's look into the cash framework through the guided practice. Moving ahead, there is a small question for all of you. Okay, so answer me in the chat box. Do you aspire? How many of you aspire? If you aspire, come on, quickly you can write in the chat box. Yes, no, whatever it is. Participation is very important. सबको सर्टिफिकेट चाहिए या नहीं? Everybody needs certificate, right? And hence you are going to give me your 100% participation today. The question for you to evening is, do you aspire as an educator, as a professionalist, in your career? Do you aspire? Come on, how many of you aspire? Great, I'm able to see Ananya's with that big yes. Jaceline, Soumya, Nisha, superb. Yes, great. As usual, you all proved that you're very energetic audience. Now, my next question to you all is, what is your greatest aspiration as an educator? What do you aspire the most as the educator is my next question. Do you aspire to become an expert, or maybe be a successful person, somebody in a leadership position, or to be the best teacher around in your school, in your locality? You aspire that your children say that you are the best teacher in the school. So what is your aspiration? Come on, give me in one word. What do you aspire? I'm able to see so many of you replying. I'm able to see Diana, Malini, Harshila, Madhvi, so many of you aspire to become a professor. Wonderful. Yes, Archana, that's great. Ananya, to be a great educator. Excellent. Come on. I'm expecting more aspects. Best citizen in the world. I really appreciate that, Satvi ma'am. Um, Create lasting impact. Oh, wow. Expert, influential teacher. Wonderful. Excellent. Wonderful answers. Yes. So, what I conclude to say by these questioning is nothing but a teacher's growth or a teacher's aspiration is never ever limited to herself. If you aspire as a teacher, you are going to definitely bring in that aspiration growth in your children as well, in your students, and hence that's going to bring a change, a positive change in your school. If your school is going to get the positive change, hence you are going to move ahead and create a drastic change in the community. And when the community gets inspired by you, gets influenced by you, definitely the nation is going to get built. So there is no wonder that the best version of yourself, or the best aspiration that each one of us sitting here as teachers could have, is to bring in the best in others. Others, I mean by our students, our people in the school. So the moment we are able to bring in the best in our children, then there's nothing more aspirational that we could do as teachers, is something that I would like to start with. And hence, moving ahead, as everybody has filled the chat box with wonderful responses, there is definitely a will, right? We all wish, we all have a strong will to move ahead, to establish ourselves, to aspire the world, but we just need the right way. Am I correct? So the way is here today with you all. If you are a beginner teacher, if you're a reflective teacher, you're already established as an effective teacher, you're using many latest pedagogies, teaching learning methods, you implement NEP, you're an excellent teacher, you're a teacher leader, you're whatever, you are doing your best. And in today's session, definitely you will find a way. Around 6 o'clock is something that I'm going to promise you all today. Moving ahead, just to see that we all have a will to establish ourselves, a will to upbring the society. Now, do we have a way? If we say yes, I'm going to put a quick poll for you all in your chat box. How many professional development programs have you attended till today? Um, yes, can we have the polls launched, ma'am, if it is possible? Or else you can definitely take up the poll by scanning the QR code that's visible on the screen. Otherwise, I can also help you by, um, yes, by definitely copy pasting the link for all of you. Yes, here is the link for the chat. The facilitator, if you can kindly post it for, thank you so much for posting the link. That is the link for the professional development survey that you have taken up in these many days, okay, or in these many years. So let me again repeat the question for all of you. Just a second. How many professional development courses have you taken in the past 3 years? Okay, have you taken in the past 3 years is the question to all of you. I have just posted a link to you all. You can answer. Oh wow, I have got very wonderful answers, which I would definitely like to project on the screen. Yes, I think the results are very much visible. We have around 50 percentage, that is 48% of you who have taken more than 10 professional development courses. We have around 15 percentage of you who have taken around 9. We have 11 percentage of you who have taken around more than, yes, more than 3. There is 7. More than 5, we have 11 percentage. More than 9, we have 15 percentage of you who have taken up. More than 10, we have 3.7 percentage. Okay, more than 10, we have 48 percentage. Wonderful, wonderful. Excellent results. I think you all are able to see the results on the screen. So, having said this, excellent results that you all know the importance of the professional development program. You all know how much it's going to contribute for your development. So this makes my session very easy for the day. Let's quickly interpret today's results based on whatever your votings are, your polling is. So if you have taken more than 10 professional development programs, you are tagged as a continuous learner. Kudos to each and every one of you for continuing your learning. And you can lead learning communities. By now, you are so much established, capable that you can definitely start leading professional communities. You can present webinars like how I'm doing now. You all are ready. and you can coach, inspire your fellow educators. You can continue learning while creating a positive impact for the people who are surrounding you. So, you all are already a superhuman in the field of education. A reflective question for all of you, those who have attended more than 10 professional development programs. How am I contributing to the professional growth of other teachers? Many times, what happens is, yes, you do so many PDs, you attend many trainings, you give many exams, but then you keep the learning limited to yourself. So please start thinking on this reflective aspect of how much am I contributing to my fellow team or to the society. Please keep thinking about it and seriously start contribution, because now you all are able to do so. If you have attended around 8 to 10 professional development programs, then yes, you're doing a great impact job. You can mentor another fellow teacher from your school, and yes, your portfolio is getting built. One reflective question for you would be, which professional learning experience has transformed my teaching the most, and why? Out of the 10 professional development programs or 8 professional development programs, which one has transformed your teaching experience is something that today you are going to reflect on all the PDs that you have taken. Moving about, if you have a score of 4 to 7, if you have attended around 4 to 7 PDs, then move to collecting certificates to apply your learning in the daily life. Share your learnings with your colleagues. Try and attend more PDs. And the reflection question for you would be, how has my teaching changed because of what I have learned? So you are really going to analyze and test whether these professional development programs have changed your teaching learning levels. Now, if you are a beginner, you have just attended 1 to 3 professional development programs in the past 3 years, then definitely you have to increase the periodicity. You have to be a more consistent learner when it comes to attending PDs. You have to reflect on every program that you attend and apply your ideas on the classroom. The reflection question for you would be, what is one new idea that I can implement this week, or else maybe after this particular session, what that one idea you would like to implement inside your classroom. So that's the quick and check for the survey that we have taken. We just try to understand our own results based on the scores that you all have got. Moving ahead, as I've already introduced in the beginning of this session, we are going to learn a great tool that is called as a cash pyramid, wherein K stands for knowledge, A stands for attitude, S stands for skills, and H stands for habits. And the topic is very much correlated to the cash model, which is nothing but a 360-degree excellence for the teaching fraternity. If you want to bring in a change, you want to become a change maker, mark my words, working on just one aspect is never going to help us. You have to completely change your perspective, your mindset, your knowledge level, and the every aspect that is possible, and make it completely professional. And I'm pretty sure that the cash pyramid, the cash model is going to definitely help you moving ahead. So when we talk about the knowledge component, okay, of the cash pyramid, knowledge always answer the question of what. For example, if you're going to teach a particular chapter to your students, knowledge is nothing but the book in which you're going to deliver the content, from which you're going to deliver the curriculum, or from which you're going to deliver the syllabus. The what component is the knowledge. So as teachers, if you want a 360-degree excellence, definitely one of the components that we have to focus is going to be knowledge. That is, what am I going to deliver, or what best am I going to deliver, rather, I would say. The other component when we talk about is skill. How am I going to deliver? The skill is what are the ways, what are the methods that I'm going to deliver the content. That is the what component. Maybe what kind of classroom pedagogy am I going to use, and so many other questions. So, how is the determination of how are you going to deliver those skills that you have, the knowledge that you have gained? Attitude becomes who, who for both your audience, who for yourself. Who am I going to be while delivering the content? Am I going to be an empathetic person, a listener, or what kind of attribute am I going to carry while delivering the lesson or the content? Or whom am I going to deliver this? Is it to elderly people, adults, adolescent, children? To whom am I going to deliver this particular content will depend on your attitude towards your work. And last but not the least is the H component, which is habit. How am I going to make it a practice that I will be sustained, or I will develop knowledge, skills, and attitude in a very periodic manner that improvement is going to, or a change is going to be definitely visible in my lifestyle. So that becomes the habit, the sustenance component of the cash framework. So when you are able to deliver the best, when you are able to deliver the best in a best method with the right attitude, and if you are able to consistently do it, definitely you are going to become a successful professional, and a 360 degrees of development is something going to be promising for all of you. Now let's look at the first two most important components over here: knowledge and skill, right? So when we talk about the knowledge component, as I've already told you, it means what I know, the textbook. So before going inside the classroom, if you visit your textbook, if you read the entire chapter, if you are able to take up children beyond the textbook to the global context, if you are able to give them multiple real life examples, then you will definitely hold a high place when it comes to the knowledge aspect. So the subject knowledge, assessments, learning, educational psychology, knowing about your children, having enough data about them, like how many of them are boys, how many of them are girls in my classroom, um, what are their interests. And we also have something called as multiple intelligence, right? Knowing about their level of multiple intelligence. In short, just gathering data, gathering knowledge of the content that you're going to teach comes under the concept of knowledge. For this, in order to have a high knowledge component in the catch framework, definitely you should never stop learning. You should be a lifelong learner. Then only you will be able to achieve this particular component. Moving ahead to the skill, which is the next component, as I've already told you, how am I going to deliver? What mode of communication am I going to use? Am I going to question? Am I going to engage my classroom? Is it going to be a monologue kind of a lecture? Am I going to be interactive? Am I grouping people? Collaboration is going to happen. Will I take feedback from my children? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Am I going to do a formative by the end of the lesson to understand how far my children are able to grasp whatever I'm teaching? Am I using technology, infographics, videos, graphical component, graphic organizers? Am I using all of this in my classroom to make it more meaningful, more purposeful, more engaging? How am I going to solve problems? Am I going to facilitate, or am I going to teach? What level of dominance do I have inside the classroom? All these questions will be answered when you focus on the skill development. That is the how part of the knowledge component. The skill development is possible only when you practice, right? Here I would like to introduce you all with two terminologies. One is skill and another one is competency. Let me give you a funny example, okay? If I am able to cook pasta for two of my children in a very delicious manner, and if I'm going to serve them, then that is my skill, a good skill of cooking. If I'm going to cook the same pasta for say around 10 people and still I maintain the same quality and I deliver it on time, then yes, of course, I'm still having a good skill of cooking. But if I'm able to cook the same dish for say around 500 people, maybe in a marriage hall or in a party hall, if I'm able to cook it for 500 people, for 1,000 people, and deliver the same quality within the same deadline, then that becomes my competence. I become competent enough that no matter whatever the situation is, whatever the ingredient is, I'm going to deliver the same quality and bringing the same result. Then I become competent in that particular aspect. So, from skill, gaining skill, to moving towards competence, becoming the king of the zone, king of teaching is possible only through practice, right? So I hope from the cash model you're very well able to understand two components. You all have become masters of two components now. Knowledge, let us again sum it up. For example, your subject mastery, you are a science teacher, maths teacher, social studies teacher, computer teacher. How far you have a grip in your subject comes under the knowledge. Are you reading? Are you upskilling yourself on a weekly, daily basis? Comes under the aspect of knowledge. Are you learning from others? I always keep telling this to my teachers. Staff room is the best place for collaboration. Staff room is the best place for learning. I have never ever seen any other libraries or places that's better than a staff room, right? So learning from each other, learning from senior teachers, learning from juniors is going to be fabulous. Reflecting, connecting, questioning each other in a positive manner. Every single thing comes under the knowledge excellence of the cash model. Professional development programs, as I've already told you, right now you are developing the K component of the cash model because you're attending this PD, and I'm pretty sure that you're going to get your certificates as well. Learning AI, tech platforms, keeping yourself upgraded along with the world, building professional development learning network. Sentai is doing a lot of networking. They have come up with a great teacher learning platforms as well. So such professional platforms should be used in order to keep up the knowledge component. So that is what is all about. The K component, the knowledge component of the cash model. Talking about the skills, as I've already told you that many skills which is required for you as a teacher: communication, questioning, maybe a fabulous writing skill is also something that's required, critical thinking skills, and skills will definitely become competence only through practice, correct? Moving ahead, let's take a small pause here. There are two more components which is going on, which is going to come ahead. I just like to take it up from you all. Another 10 seconds. Are you all interested? How is it going on? Give me a thumbs if it is going on well. You're enjoying the session. Great. Super, super, super. The next two components, as I've already told you from the cash model, the one was the knowledge component, the second was the skill component, and of course, the third is going to be the attitude, correct? So, I somewhere personally always felt that the main aspect to build attitude is motivation. And these terminologies that you're able to see on the screen, the core belief, the self belief, always contributes to the interest. If you have a belief, you are motivated. If you are motivated, you show interest in going beyond, learning beyond, right? Now, you are interested in learning, you are interested in 360-degree excellence as a teacher. You're interested in taking up your career to the next level, and hence you are interested to take up this session after a long day. I'm pretty sure that you all are tired after going to school, coming back. A whole lot of things must have happened. Still, you have the grit to sit in front of your screens and take up this session. I'm excellent. I'm so happy with all of you all, and that motivates you, right? So this is attitude. The belief, the interest, the motivation becomes your attitude, right? Let's dig in deep about what is attitude all about. I'm going to give you a quick, and hence, as I've already told you, the motivation component is a very, very important component to have a positive attitude towards your work. I'm going to give you a quick teacher motivation index test in the chat box. Here I go. If you don't get it, you can definitely scan the QR code and take up the test. Okay. So let's see what the teacher motivation test has got to tell you all. Just a second, I'm opening. I hope all of you must have received the link in the chat box. I'm just opening. Give me a few seconds. I'll be projecting things on the screen. Thank you for your patience, all of you. Yes, I'm ready. Okay, many of you have started already working on the form. Excellent. Superb. So the form has very interesting questions. While you are attending the question, I have a small request to all of you. This is a form which is going to be completely confidential. You don't have to explicitly tell your score. You don't have to discuss. I'm not going to ask you for the score. This is a reflective practice for you to see how far you're motivated for tomorrow's morning, to wake up early morning, to take those books and go with a lot of confidence inside your classroom, how far you're motivated. This is completely for yourself, for you and your heart. Hence, please be thoroughly honest. Do not try to manipulate. The first question is, I feel a sense of purpose in my teaching role. Please answer strongly disagree, agree, or strongly agree. I feel valued, appreciated in my school community. I look forward to interact with my students. I feel energized after a day of teaching, even after a day of teaching, like how you all are today, very much energized in the session. I'm confident in my teaching abilities. I feel supported by my colleagues, leadership, your school leadership. I believe my work has a positive impact on students. This is a very important question. Huh? I'm motivated to go uh, beyond, above, and beyond for my students. I feel proud of my achievement as a teacher. I'm willing to take on new teaching challenges. How many of you are eagerly waiting for doing something new in the field of education? I maintain a positive attitude even during challenging period and challenging time. I actively participate in professional development opportunities like you all are participating right now, right? You all are filling the chat box with such a wonderful comments and feedback. I find joy in helping students succeed. I'm able to balance my teaching responsibility with personal life. Do you have a work life balance? I feel empowered to make decisions in my classroom. Do you have the power of taking decisions for your children? I feel inspired by my students' progress. Do you have the ownership while your children progress? I feel optimistic about my future as a teacher. How many of you have feel that I have a great career moving ahead? I have a great professional target to achieve. I'm satisfied with my professional growth as a teacher. I feel motivated to continue making a difference in the field of education. Right? So that was the questions that I was able to prepare for you all. I think you should save these questions. These questions were asked to me long back when I attended a PD session, and whenever I feel demotivated, whenever I feel there is too much on my plate to work, immediately I start answering these questions, and that somewhere inspires me to move ahead with a rocket speed. So I definitely recommend all of you to save these questions and keep checking your motivation quotient as a teacher. I hope all of you must have completed the test by now. Let us quickly interpret the results and see what is our status. There is a small total column that you will be able to see in the end of the form, which would have given a number to you, right? That number is shows how motivated you are. Okay, so if you have scored from 19 to 20, you are doing exceptional, you are self driven, you can go and inspire people in your school. So please start inspiring people, making other lives beautiful from tomorrow. If you have a quotient of 15 to 18, still you're highly motivated, you're positive, you're committed towards your work, you all are superheroes. If you have a motivation quotient of say around 10 to 14, still you're motivated, but we cannot say that you're highly motivated. You can still work better, and you have a good level of motivation and a positive outlook towards your profession as a teacher. If you're between 5 to 9 or say 1 to 4, you're on the way to get motivated, or somewhere you are draining your energy, or maybe this is not your place, you don't enjoy teaching, you enjoy something else. You have to really start reflecting on what it is. You should ask the question of, what is that one thing which is not making me happy in my job? Why am I not getting that satisfaction? And when you again read these questions, somewhere you will be able to understand that yes, this is the area where I'm stuck, and this is the area maybe where I have to improve. Maybe you're not getting a good recognition from the place where you're working, or maybe you're not able to contribute well, but that's something that you have to dig in deep as a academician and find out how you can push yourself from the score of 5 to 20, right? So I hope you all got the scores, and you all got the best scores. If not, also I'm pretty sure that after this session, once again take the teacher motivation test. I'm 100% sure that there will definitely be an improvement of 5 to 10 points. Yes, and that shows that you're progressing. Moving to the last two components of the cash model, the attitude and the habits that we spoke about, right? As I just told you, attitude is something that is connected to your core belief, to your inner belief as a human being, as a teacher. And if you're somewhere, if your job is expecting you to go beyond your belief or keep your beliefs aside, that is when you get demotivated. And if you get demotivated, if your beliefs are going to get hurt, automatically it is going to affect your positive attitude in your workplace. So please always remember, your belief, your motivation, your interest, and your attitude is a correlated component. If they don't go hand in hand, it's somewhere that is not a right place for you. So when we talk about attitude, these things stand very tall, which you have to start working on as a human being. A growth mindset, right? Many people say a growth mindset. Now let's see what is a growth mindset. empathy, being empathetic towards people, understanding your child's difficulty, giving them a 2 days deadline that's extra, integrity, honesty uh, towards your work. We all say, right, work is worship. Showing integrity, showing honesty towards your work is something that is a great attitude as a teacher. Resilience in you as a self. I somewhere tell my teachers, and I also believe that teachers are great actors, teachers are great performers, teachers are great artists. We would have had a tough time at home, maybe a quarreling argument between us and our spouse, or us and our in-laws, or somebody else on the street, but then we carry that smile the moment we see a child inside the school premises. That shows that we are capable of managing our emotions and a great performer on stage. We are put on the pedestal, we are put on the stage throughout, I would say for 6 to 8 hours हम stage में ही रहते हैं. We are performing, we are continuously performing, hiding the sadness, hiding things, the other emotions that has happened before, and smiling in front of the children is going to be resilience, positivity, and the professional ethics to answer. Correct? The parents. And hence, it's very important for you, if you have to score 100% in the 360-degree excellence attitude as a teacher, the attitude that you carry, a professional ethics that you follow, is 100% going to contribute towards your teacher excellence. The last component, but not the least component, is habit. I'm going to give you a great example. You have learned so many things till now. We have learned what's knowledge, what is skill, what's competency, what's ability, what's attitude, and what are the components that you may have to groom yourself. But, if you forget it here, right in this particular meeting, and if you get back to wherever you are, nothing is going to change. Am I correct? Nothing is going to absolutely change, because you haven't put that as your habit. You haven't started cultivating that as your daily routine. Just now we saw that to build in subject knowledge, what are all the different components that we may have to build? So consistency is the key, right? You should be able to constantly, consistently, committedly practice these things that you are learning on a daily basis in a mindful way. And that's when you will be able to bring in 360-degree excellence as a teacher. Now, coming back to the component of attitude, I'm going to give you a few examples. Okay, so tell me which is correct, whether the right and wrong reaction is almost written over here. The situations are: students give wrong answers in your classroom. Okay, they say some wrong answers. You have taught for hours together, and then they are giving you all wrong answers. Instead of reacting, if you carry a right attitude, you will be responding. You will not react, right? No, that's a wrong answer, is going to be a reaction, which will carry a negative, I would say, attitude as a teacher, a negative aura as a teacher. Rather, we can reframe it to, that's an interesting attempt. Should we think about it together? And you're teaching an important topic, but your children are busy talking to each other, which is mostly common in classrooms, right? So instead of shouting, saying, keep quiet, you have to walk closer to the child, make a eye contact. Maybe you can take a seat near him as well. And you can say, can we focus together? With a calm, cardinal tone. Mark my words, the child's attitude will also get changed. And as an educator, I somewhere believe that change is possible. The change of the outside world is possible only when you start the change within. When you start changing, when you start becoming positive, there is a 200% chance that you see people around you are also becoming positive. Somebody forgot to do the homework. You're always irresponsible, is a reaction. What happened today? Can I understand what was wrong from your end? Are you not able to understand something? Is there a way that I can help you out? Is it possible for you to finish it in a couple of days? So, such kind of statements will definitely be a response rather than a reaction. Student challenges your answer. Oh, this is embarrassing as a teacher, right? We stand in front of the class taking the entire pride, saying that I'm the person who knows everything over here. But all of a sudden, a child is questioning your own knowledge, is testing your own knowledge, then definitely please do not argue with the child, or please do not say that I know better than you, you may better sit down. Rather, you have to first encourage the child, you have to acknowledge the child, and you can say that, oh, that was really thoughtful. We can even explore it this way together. Correct? Student scores poorly in your classroom. Instead of saying that, did you not study? We can say, let's understand what's making this particular topic so difficult for you. Or why are you not able to? Instead of asking what, we can convert it into why, right? And we can ask saying, why are you not able to focus? Why are you not able to bring in results as expected? What is hindering you? Or so such kind of reframing the sentence will definitely be able to help you to become a teacher with a great attitude. Student looks distracted. The response would be, are you all right? Is something bothering you? Are you distracted with something? Can we get back? Is something that we can definitely ask the children. Yeah, parent is upset, which is a very frequent case, right? No matter whatever you do, ultimately a parent is coming and arguing with you very badly in a PTM, rather than reacting, or rather than becoming defensive, or rather than becoming offensive, talking about every wrong things about the child. We should be responding to the question by calmly listening. Whenever there is an aggressive parent, what I always do as a teacher, as a leader, what I've been keeping practicing is I fully listen to them. I will not even utter a word while they talk. I will acknowledge wherever there is a requirement. After they finish it, after they pour everything out, and then I start responding to them calmly, by thinking towards the solution and not thinking towards the problem, right? So these, I think, few techniques would have helped you somewhere to regain an excellent attitude as a teacher, if I'm not wrong. Moving ahead, let's go to the habits, right? So we just, yes, a sandwich feedback will definitely work. You're absolutely right, Hema Malini. When ma'am says sandwich feedback, she's talking about starting with a positive comment and then progressively moving towards the area of improvement, and then finally closing it with the action point. I really liked it, Hema Malini ma'am. 1 point goes to you in today's um, session. Moving ahead, we just completed with the knowledge aspect, the skill aspect, the attitude that we have to carry as a teacher, or as an educationalist, or as an academician. Now, moving towards habit. Just now, I told you all that after this session, what are you going to do? How are you going to carry forward today's learning becomes your habit, right? So to start with, I would recommend you to understand which of the cash component are you lacking behind? Is it knowledge or attitude or skill? For which we are going to have a test now. We are going to have a cash component reflection test. Okay. Once you identify that, okay, I am very good at knowledge, I'm very good at attitude, I'm very good at habit. Skill is the area where I am, slightly lower than the other components. Then you must definitely start working on the practice part, the skill development part. If it is knowledge, then you should start learning more things like reading an article, exploring certain components. If it is attitude, as I've already told you, we may have to reflect and redo things. If it is habit, the table that you see front of you is the perfect example. You have to create a timetable for yourself to how to get into practice with all these things, right? So moving ahead, let's see, there is a small activity that I have designed for all of you. You can either scan the QR code, or I'm going to give you the link in the chat box. This is nothing but the cash reflection dashboard. Okay, here you go. Please take up the link. The cash reflection dashboard. If you don't wish to write your name, you can just put a dash. The date remains the same. Now let me read the questions for you. I hope all of you have started attempting the questions. The first component in the cash is K, the knowledge. So out of 5, in a 5 scale parameter, rate yourself under the component of subject knowledge of your particular teaching subject. Whichever subject you're teaching, what's your subject knowledge? Teaching strategies, that is the pedagogy, the teaching learning methodology that you're using. The tools that you bring inside your classroom as a teacher, the strategies that you use inside the classroom, the engaging component, all that comes under this. Student psychology. Do you think of student psychology? How far you have a wise knowledge about it? Do you know about the assessment component, the pattern of assessment, the structure of assessment in your school, or of your particular board in which you are teaching? Are you digitally literate, right? Are you having a great efficiency in AI and digital literacy, in coding, or in the integration of the IT component inside your classroom? How far you're technology friendly or technology savvy is something that you have to think of. Then you will get a score, right? Once you finish, please write down that score for yourself and keep it. Okay. Moving ahead, you will get a score out of 10. If you wish to fill this reflection, you can fill like one area of knowledge I want to strengthen out of the things that's given above, which is something that you have to strengthen. You can reflect on it. Attitude. Do you really have a growth mindset? So as I've already told you in the previous link as well, the same goes here. Okay, nobody is going to look at your score. Even me myself, I will not go and look at your score. We are not going to discuss your scores. So please be genuine for yourself to understand and evaluate which parameter of cash is lacking behind, or which parameter you are excelling, is something that you are going to reflect on yourself today. So please fill this 100% in a genuine manner. Patience in the classroom. Are you empathetic? How far you're empathetic as a teacher? Your professional etiquettes, right? Do you submit things on time, or your coordinator have to give you multiple reminders? How far you're punctual to your work? How many leaves do you take? All these things is something that you have to think of while it comes to the professional ethics. positive outlook. How do you think and feel about your work, about your school or your college, and how happy you are to step in every morning? Moving to the skill component, communication skill, please rate yourself, classroom management skills, technology integration, questioning, feedback. When we say feedback, it's both the ways, right? Taking feedback and giving feedback and moving feed forward. Everything comes when we talk about feedback. And the last component is habit. Do you regularly reflect? Like right now, we all are reflecting together, right? While I'm talking to you, I have also filled these components and I was able to see that somewhere I'm lacking behind in this particular area. Maybe I'm lacking behind in the skill area, or I'm not doing great when it comes to habits. And then I started populating my own calendar. Reflection, planning. Are you a person who do things in a last moment? Reading, collaboration, continuous learning, and then you will get a score here after each and every component. I request all of you to kindly note down your scores. Okay, so yes, I hope we all have completed the form. Like as I've already told you before, the teacher motivation test is something that you have to save for yourself and you have to keep checking, right? How far your motivation is. The same way, please do save this form also for yourself, because I'm going to keep this open all the time, because this is something that you have to keep testing yourself after every 3 months to see that which component has grown and which component has fallen down, and how are we going to work to bring back that particular component in life, right? So I hope you all must have completed the form. Let's quickly try and interpret the results as usual. Okay, now after finishing the form, there are 3 questions. Okay, what is my biggest and greatest strength, for which I think I can have the answer in the chat box, right? Because it's a strength. Come on, tell me how many which is the component of the cash, KASH, out of this 4 component of the cash, which component is the highest score that you have got? I'm very interested to see the chat box. My entire eyes is on the chat box. Come on, please put which is your strength component. I'm very curious to know. You just took the test, right? And you also had got the result in the end. So out of the 4 components, which is your highest component, whether it's knowledge or skill or attitude or habit, किसमें आपका सबसे ज़्यादा score है? Which component you have the highest score? Come on, please put it in the chat box. I'm so curious to know it. While you put that in the chat box, the next question is, what needs more attention? That is something that I don't want you to publicly put in the chat box. That is something that I want you to reflect for yourself. The third question would be, what will I intentionally improve over the next 8 weeks? What do you feel is something that you are going to intentionally, consciously improve as a person? Okay, sorry, I forgot to show the projector, the presentation. The first question is, what is your greatest strength? Oh, great. I'm able to see Sampada ma'am has answered skill. Wonderful. Having skill in the high quotient is really a great thing. Attitude. Okay, Ananya has answered that attitude is her highest. Wonderful to know that, Ananya. Thank you so much, Madhumita ma'am. Okay, I want others also to answer this question. Till then, we will keep moving ahead. So we just did a self-cash audit. Do you all agree? We just answered few MCQs based on our components of cash, and then we found which is the area or which is the cash component in which I'm excelling. I've got 8 out of 10, I've got 7 out of 10, I've got 9 out of 10, and which is the component in which I need more attention is something that we all saw. So please take a screenshot of this particular slide, because this is something which you have to keep referring to become an excellent teacher. As I've told you, you have to find out what is your biggest strength in the cash model. Which are the areas wherein you have scored the least is also something that you have to think of. What might be affecting the growth is something that you have to reflect. And what small step that you're going to take from today is something that again you're going to think of. How will this improvement impact my students? What is my commitment to my growth journey, right? These are the reflective questions which you have to keep thinking when it comes to the cash model. So this is your meter of both teacher motivation test and the cash model. In the teacher motivation test, if you are able to score more than 10, more than 11, more than 12, you are in a green zone, you are highly motivated. Kudos to you all as teachers, you are super motivated. If you are less than 10, definitely you have to see how you're going to motivate yourself. The same way, when it comes to the cash reflection test that you all took now, if each component may say, you have to find out which component has the least score. And in the least score, if it is less than 6, then somewhere you have to start thinking about how are you going to develop that particular quotient with whatever you have learned with me today. Okay, fastest finger works. One question in the chat box I want you all to answer. If you could improve only one part of the cash this month, which it would be? Which one you want to improve? Okay, Jasleen has told habit. Great. Which component you would like to improve out of the 4 component? Is it the knowledge, attitude, or skill, or habit? Which one is something that you want to improve? Okay. Now there is a last activity. Okay, most of you have answered saying habit, skill, knowledge. Wonderful. Poonam has answered saying knowledge. Wonderful, wonderful. Now we are going to, now we were able to somewhere test ourselves, right? Till now we were testing ourselves on the 4 aspects of the cash model. Now I'm going to show you a very interesting video. Okay, watch this video very carefully, and while you're watching this video, you have to do a guided practice method. It's a pedagogy, right? A guided practice method where you're going to think of these 3 questions simultaneously while you're watching. One is, what attitude do you notice in the person who is taking the class or who is speaking? Which cash element is excellently visible while she is teaching? Which habit made the biggest impact? Are you all ready? Are you all ready? I'm going to play the video. Okay.
I have spent my entire life either at the schoolhouse, on the way to the schoolhouse, or talking about what happens in the schoolhouse. Both my parents were educators. My maternal grandparents were educators. And for the past 40 years, I've done the same thing. And so needless to say, over those years, I've had a chance to look at education reform from a lot of perspectives. Some of those reforms have been good. Some of them have been not so good. And we know why kids drop out. We know why kids don't learn. It's either poverty, low attendance, negative peer influences. We know why. But one of the things that we never discuss, or we rarely discuss, is the value and importance of human connection. Relationships. James Comer says that no significant learning can occur without a significant relationship. George Washington Carver says all learning is understanding relationships. Everyone in this room has been affected by a teacher or an adult. For years, I have watched people teach. I have looked at the best and I've looked at some of the worst. A colleague said to me one time, they don't pay me to like the kids. They pay me to teach a lesson. The kids should learn it. I should teach it. They should learn it. Case closed. Well, I said to her, you know, kids don't learn from people they don't like. She said, that's just a bunch of hooey. And I said to her, well, your year is going to be long and arduous, dear. Needless to say, it was. Some people think that you can either have it in you to build a relationship or you don't. I think Stephen Covey had the right idea. He said you ought to just throw in a few simple things, like seeking first to understand as opposed to being understood. Simple things like apologizing. You ever thought about that? Tell a kid you're sorry, they're in shock. I taught a lesson once on ratios. I'm not real good with math, but I was working on it. And I got back and looked at that teacher edition. I taught the whole lesson wrong. So I came back to class the next day and I said, look, guys, I need to apologize. I taught the whole lesson wrong. I'm so sorry. They said, that's okay, Miss Pearson. You were so excited. We just let you go. I have had classes that were so low, so academically deficient that I cried. I wondered, how am I going to take this group in 9 months from where they are to where they need to be? And it was difficult. It was awfully hard. How do I raise the self-esteem of a child and his academic achievement at the same time? One year I came up with a bright idea. I told all my students, you were chosen to be in my class because I am the best teacher and you are the best students. They put us all together so we could show everybody else how to do it. One of the students said, really? I said, really? We have to show the other classes how to do it. So when we walk down the hall, people will notice us. So you can't make noise. You just have to strut. And I gave him a saying to say, I am somebody. I was somebody when I came. I'll be a better somebody when I leave. I am powerful and I am strong. I deserve the education that I get here. I have things to do, people to impress, and places to go. And they said, yeah. You say it long enough, it starts to be a part of you. And so...
Okay, so this is a very wonderful video. In fact, I wanted to show this completely. I thought I had pasted the smaller version, but by mistake, I pasted the entire video for all of you. I'll definitely give you the link so you can, whenever you have time, you can go through this. When the speaker, Ms. Rita Pearson, when she's speaking about how we can make even a very low achieving student, a low achieving classroom as high achievers with right attitude, right knowledge, and right habits that we cultivate amongst the children. So you just saw Miss Rita Pearson speaking in a whole speaking for a hall full of people. Now let's quickly analyze. Okay, we are going to quickly analyze her speech under these 4 components: knowledge, attitude, skill, and habit, for which I have got a small and a final activity for today. It's a Mentimeter activity. Okay, so I'm going to post the Mentimeter for you in the chat box. Yes, please take up the Mentimeter link and let us start to evaluate Miss Rita Pearson's speech that just now we saw. Okay, if you're not able to open the link, you can also scan the QR code that I have put here. Let me take you through the questions for today. Okay, so the first question that you are able to see on the screen: is what qualities did the teacher, sorry, the first question is what did the teacher know? The knowledge aspect. I hope all of you are filling it. I'm going to show you the list of answers which you agree. While you were watching Miss Rita Pearson speaking about her classroom, who are low achievers, okay? So yes, many of you have started answering. Wonderful. So the knowledge component that you were able to see, she was straightforward, her habits, she was fluent, very good, absolutely flawless. Her attitude, her skill, the communication, right? Let me show you the list of words as well so that it becomes easy for you to answer. Yes, the list of words are here. Which knowledge component? We are not going to attitude, skills, habits now, okay? We are only looking at the knowledge component. Kya knowledge component was visible while she was taking up things is something that we all are discussing here. Okay, wonderful, superb. You have shared excellent words like education, motivation, classroom management, wonderful. Connecting with students, yes. Subject knowledge. Share her past means I think she was sharing her examples, real life examples. Absolutely, these were the things that was very much evidently visible. Superb, superb. Your answers are extremely good. Now, moving ahead to the next question, okay? Now, let me show you the next question. The next question is, which are the skills that her speech strongly exhibited? You can share the QR code and you can answer which are the skills that she strongly exhibited, okay? Communication skills, wonderful, yes. Confidence, very good. These are the list of skills which is available on the screen for you all. Clear communication is one of it. Voice modulation, story narration, appropriate humor, connecting, creative. Excellent, excellent. Excellent answers. Superb, superb. So you're doing really great wonders as audience today. I don't know, you all are in full form today, I think. Moving ahead, the third question. What attitude was she able to demonstrate as a teacher? You can quickly scan the QR code and you can start writing your responses. What qualities that you were able to see in Miss Rita Pearson's TED Talk session that you just saw? Okay, I'm reading out the attitudes for you. Passionate as teacher, positive energy, confidence, patience, empathy towards her learners, respect for her students, encouraging and growth mindset, professionalism, enthusiasm. These are the options that I'm giving you. Wonderful. Yes, communication, empathy, passion, positivity, optimism. Very good. Superb, superb. So these were the things that we were able to see in Miss Rita Pearson's TED Talk session. The last question. What habits, which professional habits were visible in her session? Okay, what are the habits that she was able to evidently show to us? Habits, in the list of habits we have, she was well prepared for her session. She was organized. She has organized her delivery. She was consistent. She was active throughout. Yes, she was honest. Um, she was prepared, she was happy, yes. She managed time very well. She was having a continuous eye contact. Very good, superb, wonderful, wonderful responses from all of you. I'm so happy to see this response. I'm so happy, I'm so grateful to all of you. Okay, Moving ahead, yes, that was a very good exercise, and I hope you can rate the highest component of Miss Pearson's video that you have seen. Whether will you give the highest score in knowledge, or in attitude, or in skill, or in habit? In which area would you like to rate her as the highest is something that we can think of. Okay, now it has been so much for all of you, right? So yes, it's important that all of you take a deep breath. Now start breathing in with me. I'm going to take up 2 more minutes of yours. Take a deep breath, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Wonderful. So today in the cash component, we were able to see that there is, in order to become a 360 degrees excellence in teacher, as a teacher, you have to bring in lot many changes in 4 different components. That's knowledge, attitude, skill, and habit. So when we talk about attitude, of course, a huge mindset shift is required, right? Choose any one of these shifting techniques which you are going to use in the just tomorrow. By tomorrow, you must choose growth over comfort, right? Whether you would like to be in your comfort zone, or you want to come out of the comfort zone and think about your growth aspect, is a positive mindset. My attitude in shaping my classroom. Every learner deserves the best, right? As just now Miss Pearson said, what was her topic was all about. Every classroom deserves a champion, right? And you are the champion as the teacher. I build habits that transforms life. I grow so that my students can also grow. So these are the attitude, positive mindsets that we have to have as a teacher in order to grow 360 degrees. So to conclude, I would say that if we see the 4 aspects of the cash component, I would say that the roots are the where the knowledge lies. It is very essential. The trunk is your attitude, your posture, your mindset, what you showcase to people. And the long lasting effect is the shade. The branches are the skills. The skills should go wide enough to reach everybody. And of course, you will be able to smell and taste the sweet fruits if you're going to have a consistent habit. Correct? So that covers all the 4 components of the cash component, and hence you don't know, in the past 1 hour you have accomplished so many things with me today, right? A teacher motivation index, growth plan, Monday to Saturday, what and all you have to do, cash reflection to find out which component you're lacking behind, dynamic calendar for you to improve your cash components. Now, finally, we are going to take a pledge as teachers in order to bring in a 360-degree excellence in what we are doing on a daily basis. You choose to learn, choose to inspire, progress, reflect, and choose growth over your comfort zone, right? So with that, you're carrying so many things today in your bag. Teacher motivation tools, this, that, so many things. So please pack up your bag for a new journey as a new teacher from tomorrow who is having an excellence in the complete 360 degrees. So one last question for all of you in the chat box. What do you choose for yourself today? I choose growth over comfort, or do you choose positive attitude, or you choose courage? What do you choose for yourself after this session is something that I want you all to type in the chat box. Thank you so much for joining this session, and I'm pretty sure that your journey for growth is going to start right from today. And I'm so happy that it is starting along with me. Correct? So, all the best wishes. The wonderful set of teachers, educators, leaders, academicians who are sitting here. You were the best audience that I've ever had, with so much of energy by the end of the day. Thank you so much for being with me throughout the time. Thanks a lot. I had a great time with all of you. Over to you, Senta. You're on mute.
Yeah. Sorry. Thank you, Srinidhi ma'am, for such an inspiring, comprehensive, and highly relevant talk session. I'm certain our teachers are leaving today with profound perspective on Teacher Excellence 360-degree framework, invaluable practical strategies for their personal development, and a clear vision of how to drive long-lasting impact in their classroom and school cultures. Thank you for joining today's session. We hope you found it genuinely helpful. We recently updated our app a bit, so please be patient with us while we walk you through quick steps to acquire a record of participation. If you already have registered for this session, please follow these steps. Step 1, open the Center app on your device. Step 2, navigate to the Progress section. Step 3, in the Progress section, open Upcoming and click on today's webinar. Step 4, click on Submit Feedback. Please note that this option will be available only from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. That is for 4 hours after the session is done. Enter the 4-digit code to that is 8367. I repeat, 8367. You will see this code on the screen right now. And step 6, complete the feedback form and you will be able to download your record of participation instantly. Thank you all for your active participation in today's session. We truly appreciate your engagement. To register for more such upcoming Talks, please visit the Center app. We look forward to seeing you.